Hello and welcome back to Betrayal on the Trail. When we last saw our heroes, they'd reached the top floor of Faerin Gladeweaver's wizard tower. Upon entering the room, they found a person who appeared to be Faerin, who attacked the party. The party managed to survive the encounter and caused her to surrender, but that wasn't before she caused Three to hallucinate a family member of his being killed, and forced him to turn on his allies. Upon beating Faerin, the party discovered that she was actually a clone made out of a mannequin, and the real Faerin Gladeweaver had gone missing years ago, leaving her artifact lost to time. And that is where we shall continue our adventure. If you're looking for the artifacts though, she has a war room, a little hidden area off from the library. It has a big map on it, and she was keeping track of where she had noted each of the artifacts were before she left. So I could take you down there, let you have a snoop. I mean, it's not getting any other uses.
That sounds productive.
Cool. She's gonna lead you down the spiral staircase again, back into the library. And she's gonna kind of run her finger along a bookshelf until she stops on one about politics. She is going to pull it out, shuffle her way over to another bookshelf, put it in over there, and as she does, the book clicks into place and a kind of like hidden doorway slides open. She is going to lead you into a big circular room. In the center of it is a war table with a large map of Taramia on it. Around it, there's bunches of notes all strewed around the tables, but with the journals as well, there seems to be the source of where she keeps tearing pages out of. There's a bunch of drawers underneath the tables, and there is a large, very extravagant sword underneath the table. Over the top of the table. I'm just making up words now, you know how it goes.
Can I just start leafing through the journals? Doing a bit of speed reading?
Yeah.
See if anything sticks out?
Yeah. These journals are, on the most part, extensions of what you'd seen already. Once again, just kind of mad ramblings about how to bring the soul back and stuff like that. There is a few just pages with different spells on. You note the spells for alarm, find familiar, and detect thoughts are written down. You wouldn't be able to cast them from this. You would have to kind of decipher the notes into your own spell book, of course, but if you took those with you, you could hypothetically learn them.
Excellent.
Cabal looks in vain for another, insect gem.
Maybe there's a scorpion one or something.
The Infinity Gauntlet of insects.
It's probably on a key ring.
The sword above the table has a ruby in the hilt of it, in case you were interested. It also has a small folded note kind of pinned underneath it.
Cabal looks at it for a minute before realizing that the bees on it are just coming from his staff.
Oh. Oh no.
I mean, I'll see it, and I'll just point it out to the other guys, because it's not actually of that much interest or use to me.
Yeah.
But I'll point to Marie and Three and point to it and be like,
See this? You want
me to? And I'll get it down.
Be more specific, because I think the image will be more ridiculous. It is a great sword. It is massive in length, and the top of it has kind of been sharpened into multiple points down the edge of it.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
Like cloud.
Yeah, it is massive in comparison.
Nice.
But it
What
is...
did what did the note say?
Is the note on the sword?
It's pinned underneath.
Okay, yeah, I will have probably taken it off or pointed it out to Marie while handing the sword.
Yeah, cool. So the note says, This sword was given to me to mark me as the princess of my clan. I believe you deserve it more as the leader of the champions. Besides, I have no use for it anymore. That's all.
Leader of the champions. Wait, did Cabal read that out loud? Just read his mind.
Yeah, using detect thoughts there.
It's addressed to Cabal. No, it's not signed or anything.
No.
Some sort of royal sword.
Does the clone look like she's got anything on her?
Anything on it, like any loot,
know.
any.
Yeah, nah, like just like bulgy pockets, maybe like a ring of keys or something.
No, she doesn't. Because she just kind of formed within the mannequins around the room. This is just like generic robe.
Okay, nothing more on that.
She gets a bit uncomfortable with you just kind of tying her up like that.
Did you mention a map?
Yeah, there is a big map in the center of it. It seems to be a war map. It has all the major towns and cities all marked around it. But what it also has are two little flags, one being the last known location of the gauntlets, and the other being the last known location of the sword. The gauntlet is within the forest of Ictium. It has Davrin's burial ground written underneath it. It's a well-known fact that once Davrin reached the end of his life, his body was returned home and brought to a special glade where it was laid to rest. The sword is to the north in a region known as the Scorched Tundra. This is enemy territory. No humanoids are usually able to reach up to that point without being massacred by some kind of beast.
Save that one for last, maybe.
Yeah, I was thinking that. Put that one on the back burner. How far are we from the forest of Victim?
Ictium is the region right next to Oliviana, so it's a bit of a trip, but it's not too bad. There are main roads connecting the regions to each other because they're a main trade route from each other, so it would be a very safe, easy journey to get to Hagar, at least, and then you would be kind of delving into the forests.
Hagar City, sorry.
Yeah, Hagar is the capital of Ictium.
This marked burial place in the forest, would that be anywhere near to anywhere I've travelled within those forests?
No, it's quite close to Hagar itself, and I assume your clan would kind of want to keep away from the major cities.
Yeah. Did you say Klaza was marked on the map?
Oh, do you mean as one of the places for last known locations?
Yeah.
No, the tome's not marked because she knows where it
Because
is.
it's on her.
Makes sense.
Yeah, she holds it.
Do we know how Faerin died? Should we go back down to the museum?
If she's dead at all, like if she found the
Yeah, she's considered disappeared.
yeah.
Presumed dead.
It's a well-known fact that just one day Faerin packed her bags, left her tower, and left for Kalaza, and that was the last anyone ever saw of her. So she's presumed dead somewhere along that trail.
So at some point we should head to Kalaza. Is Kalaza a friendly place that we can go to?
Plaza is a mostly uninhabited area. It is mainly swamp land. It is where Marie's from, but that is...
Marie, I don't suppose you saw a book when you were growing up, just lying around.
I mean, I'll be honest, no. I mean, in my travels, there were 10 of us in Plaza as it was, so, you can ask all of them if you like.
At least it wouldn't take long. I don't suppose you're also secretly from an ancient civilization of great magical power.
I mean, I don't know that, to be honest. Potentially.
I'm pretty sure I am. I don't know if it's dragons, though.
I'll have to ask Uncle Red when we get back. He knows a lot.
Okay. So these are all locations we should be going to, I guess. I think if the Forest of Ictium is going to be the least dangerous place for us to go to, and also it's fairly accessible, we should consider going there first. Also, a pair of super powerful gauntlets could be helpful for going into. Yeah, Marie, sorry, you want to say something?
No, I was just thinking like distances. Like,
right.
Like, can we like swerve down into Plaza on the way, or
They're opposite sides of Oliviana.
right?
Yeah.
But we'll have to go there at some point because we know that that's the last known location of Faerin, and also I'm sure it's just very interesting there. Like have a look around, see what's what.
I mean, I'm happy to go to either first, as long as we're not going to the Scorched Tundra, because that just doesn't sound like a good time.
That's got end game content written all over.
There's actually a level cap.
Yeah,
It's hidden behind a paywall. It's DLC.
I think maybe the city first. It's the one place where we have, if we're heading to the Forest of Ictium, it's the one place that has a definite known location. We know where Davrin Thorawax's grave is.
Yeah.
God, I hope it's not a tourist trap like this.
Yeah, I agree that that's like our best source, and we should exhaust that first, because if we get our hands on one of these weapons, it might make future endeavors significantly easier. What do we do when we've got these very powerful magic weapons anyway? Do they like choose a champion? Do we figure out who's evil by process of elimination?
Yeah, I mean the prophecy says that's the point when we kill each other, isn't it?
Oh, when we've got all three, yeah.
Maybe we should put them in the middle and stand in four corners of the room and see who they pick.
Yeah, see who they like point at.
Come to papi.
Paul's eyes narrow as he looks at his B staff and thinks like, I have a plan for that scenario.
Do we just spend the night here?
I mean, I can facilitate that if you wish.
I'll look at the mannequin and be like,
We'd appreciate your cooperation with it, although we do not require your cooperation for that.
Do you have any like a bath?
Yes, they were bathed.
Well, I'll have that then. It's all
Yeah,
right.
okay. She's gonna head back up to the bedroom, go to an adjoining room, and just run a bath for Marie.
I know, I have a question. Did Faerin Gladeweaver, I hate to ask, but did she have treasure? And was any of that treasure a small valuable pearl? Because I'm really in need of one. Like, wizard to wizard. They poor sucks.
You need to cast Identify.
I do.
Okay, she's gonna go back down to the war room. She's gonna open up a drawer that is marked with Identify components. And it's just gonna
an enormous ball of pearls and pluck one up.
It's good to know that all wizards are in the same boat.
It's only got one pearl in, and it's got the little owl feather, I think, that it also needs. She's gonna place it on the table and be like, it's the least that I can do. Of course, she also has a small satchel of funds, if that's who you're wanting.
What's in a satchel of fun?
Funds!
Funds!
Oh, that makes...
Well, I suppose it's both.
That makes significantly more sense.
I'm not really in it for the money. I'm in it mostly for the spell component. The other thing I'm after at some point is 25 gold pieces worth of gold dust. So I suppose if you gave me that pouch and also a pestle and mortar, we could get somewhere in the next few years.
Interestingly, my magic works in the opposite way, I believe, to Arabella's, in which I'm not bothered about the components, but I will take the money.
She opens up another drawer and pulls out a big bag of coins, places it on the table, opens it up. Inside is 150 gold pieces, 220 silver, and 1,470 copper.
We need to get to a bureau de change.
I feel a bit bad about mugging the dead wizard. And again, the Dead Wizard's mannequin did try and kill us.
One last thing I have to offer. There's the ring. It's keeping a goblin's body alive, but if placed on an already living creature, it has the ability to maintain its life for it if it takes fatal wounds.
And you've tested that.
It's been tested.
We will take the ring, yes.
Very well. She makes her way out of the room. You hear the snapping of string as the trap that Marie set up in the room goes off as she pulls on the door. You just hear a kind of like very, very dry thunk noise as an arrow goes through her arm, and you just hear her, "Oh, okay, alright."
It's what you get.
And go poking around wizards' towers.
You got punked.
She comes back after a bit, holding the ring, still pulsing with the small blue runes that were on it. One of her arms has now turned back to a mannequin from having an arrow shot through, and she places the ring on the table. It'll keep you alive if you take a nasty wound and go down, but if you take a mortal wound that, like, would decapitate you or something, the ring doesn't deal with that situation, so don't get decapitated. That's Faerin Gladeweaver's word of wisdom.
I don't want it.
Yeah, personally, I'm not putting the necromancy ring on, but I mean, you guys can help yourselves.
I don't want to wear it. But I believe last time we believed that nobody else should have it.
Right.
Well, yeah,
yeah,
I personally don't want anyone of us to have it. In the case of one of us being, I don't know.
Marie, I think you should hold on to it. Not wear it, but I think you should hold on to it.
Do you trust me?
I do, actually.
It's kind.
Oh, actually, it's because you seem to be the one who's most opposed to using it, so I think you should keep hold of it. That's my thinking.
I would rather curse myself later for trusting one of us than for trusting none of us.
Wise words, Cabal.
I
I
agree with
read
that.
them on the back of a penguin wrapper.
Now penguin bars and yachts are canonical in this universe.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
I'll grab the ring and I'll just visibly pocket it.
Okay.
That's it.
On the subject of not trusting each other and being traitors and stuff like that, which I know is an uncomfortable subject, but I did have a thought the other day, which I thought I would share with the class. It's just that if you were going to create a traitor and you wanted them to be like the sort of perfect actor who wouldn't be discovered as being a traitor, you probably wouldn't let them know that they were a traitor. You follow me?
That's right.
You're saying it's 3.
I'll just look to 3.
There's no stage whispering in that.
I'm just saying, it feels like the unspoken elephant in the room is that one of us is evil and deceiving all of the others, but I'm just putting it out there that it's quite possible that the traitor doesn't know that they're the traitor. I'm not afraid to work with you all.
So
That sounds like something the traitor would say.
it could be you then.
I don't.
Yes, potentially it could be me and I don't know about it. I was just thinking, what would be the way to get the perfect actor to convince them of the lie that they're preaching, right?
Arabella, you are right in terms of working together. I mean, what could be more foolish than failing in a great endeavor for fear of not succeeding?
Yeah, we can't shoot ourselves in the foot before we've even begun.
Not yet, at least.
When problems arise, we'll deal with them.
Jay, when do we level up so I can learn Zone of Truth?
Good. Depends when you go to bed.
Can I have my bed set up in the library, please?
Yes, of course.
Can I take the teapot out first? I brought my own tea.
Okay.
Learn Zone of Truth faster.
I'll join you for tea. 3.
Yeah, I'll have some tea.
Alright.
I'll brew up some. What tea do you want? The mango and rose one sounds great. Let's have some of that.
You all kind of gather round. 3 brews up this very aromatic smelling tea. The smell of rose kind of fills the room you're all in. Faerin, well, fake Faerin brings out a set of teacups for you all, sets one down in front of all of you, and I assume 3 pours it out for each of you. It's very nice tea. The taste of mango hits you first, and then it kind of gives way to a more subtle undertone. I'm just describing a real tea that I have in my kitchen.
While we're drinking our tea, can I start studying my spells to transcribe them into the book? The spells I picked up. I think I probably want to do Alarm first. Did I ask Fake Faerin if they've got wizard ink and parchment?
Faerin is gonna have a look in around the place, and she's gonna cobble together a little bit of paper, a bit of ink. Most of the ink has dried up by now, so it's only like the industrial sized ones that have anything left inside of it. You have enough to do 1 spell.
By general consensus, we're thinking Alarm's going to be the most useful one, right? Over Find Familiar. Oh, I don't know why you guys would know what those spells do, actually. By my consensus, I think Alarm's going to be the most useful, so I'm going to copy that one out. Also, I don't have the stuff to do the Find Familiar spell, and Alarm, I think, only requires string.
Cabal is sprinkling some of his tea into the saucer to let the now shrunken members of B Squad drink from it.
Adorable.
Oh, Cabal, I
as they
apologize about the glass incident earlier.
It'll be fine. There's hundreds of them living in this hive, so it's like partly a magic gem. I don't know how it works. They'll be fine.
I think I would try and catch Faerin just at some point before the long rest.
Yeah, cool. She's just about, like, stood awkwardly, not really knowing if she should interact with this group because they have a set dynamic already, and she thinks she has a lot to bring to the table, but her bits haven't been landing recently. So she's just kind of stood at the end of the library.
That vision that you made me have earlier, was all in my head, right?
Yes. I have certain time-related abilities to take you back to moments, but the spell itself exaggerates the moments. It works on fears. So what you saw may not have been a direct reflection of what happened whenever it happened, but what did you see, out of curiosity, if I can be so bold to ask? Not
much. I think it was, I tried to do better this time.
I'm sincerely sorry. I'll tell you what, I'll go look to see if I have more treasures to give you, and she's gonna awkwardly kind of make her way back upstairs. Gonna come back down to 3 and be like, it's a bit of a faux pas, but I found her diary. Bit of late night reading?
Sure.
There you go. She's gonna hand over a kind of blue leather bound, a small tome. She's gonna nod to you and be like, okay, well, you all enjoy sleep. I can't sleep because I'm a mannequin, but, see you later, besties. And she's gonna kind of make her way off.
As she goes, I want to be like,
I think that thing enjoys its existence.
No. I almost wonder if we made a crueler choice by letting her live.
Good night.
Hang on that note. Did we see Faerin give the book to 3?
Yeah, it was in the open. Assuming you're all kind of still in the communal space.
Anything interesting in there, 3?
Yeah, can I have like just kind of a flick through it, I suppose?
Yeah, there's a lot more personal. It has a history of events in order in here, at least, which is something much harder to find from the like splayed out pieces of paper. First, there's the kind of her first entry, her first attempt at using it is her trying to come to terms with the emotional anguish of the day that the sword wielder headed off into the scorched tundra. It states that the sword wielder thought that she could alone root out the last remaining pieces of monstrous resistance, and her overconfidence got her killed. She laments over not being able to do anything about that. Then there is the talks about Davrin, how he married a woman called Sylphia Thorawax. Well, now called Sylphia Thorawax after being married. How she never managed to get on with this woman, how her and Davrin slowly grew apart, and how she was locked in space as an elf, her body not growing old the same way Davrin's was, not having family the same way Davrin did, and having to eventually attend Davrin's funeral. It has a lot more emotional stuff packed in, but those are the 2 key moments. Are you reading this aloud to the group, or are you...
Yeah, I think, yeah, definitely no reason to hide it, and if people were wanting to listen, you would.
Cool. Arabella, you know when you picked up the Book of the Feywild?
Yes.
You know how you had to flick through?
Yes.
Yet Sylphia is the name of the Maiden of Spring. She is a Feywild entity. She controls the concept of spring.
It just happened to be the name of Davrin's wife.
Yes.
Okay.
I just thought I'd put it out there for you.
Is Davrin the sword wielder?
He's the gauntlets.
Sword wielder didn't have a name, or
It was
for
it was
whatever
Shout.
reason the name. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but her history is unknown to a lot of people. So they say that one day she just kind of arrived on the coast of Taramia, sword in hand, some kind of warrior sent from a far-off land. A lot of people believe her to be some kind of deity given human form sent in by the ocean, but other than that, it's pretty much unknown.
Interesting.
Okay.
Bedtime?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I think I'm going to go to bed reading the book I got on Dragonborn culture.
Yeah.
And like properly, rather than flicking through it, like properly going through it this time. I think I would spend an hour or 2 of this rest certainly reading that and just being like,
Is it possible historians can have bias? No.
So, as the evening drifts on, Faerin pulls out a set of futons for those of you that aren't sleeping in the bathtub, and she looks around you all and is like, there is the bed upstairs. I usually sit on it, but if someone wants to come have that bed, then they're free to.
I'm alright, actually. I'll sleep down here.
I'm fine in the futon. 3?
I think 3 would look for like, yeah, just a suitably comfortable like chair or something, and just fall asleep.
I mean, there are futons, but okay. Well, more bed for me to sit on, and she kind of winks her way back up the stairs.
Was the implication that she'd sit on the end of the bed while she was sleeping?
So you'll drift off, completely exhausted by the hellish day you all just had. Feeling like you've learnt a lot, like you've all grown a little bit stronger, and you have all leveled up to level 4 over that evening.
Yeah, level 7.
Morning. Faerin is stood. She's made her way down to the library. She's just staring at you all kind of blankly, waiting for you to all wake up. What would you like to do with your new day?
God, you're just looming.
So I was, I had a big think overnight, and I was just wondering if, hypothetically you needed, like a fifth one, someone to riff off of, carry things. I can carry things for you.
Tell you what, if you want to siphon the bath water upstairs, you could probably make a dope ass poison out of it.
If it'll get me in the team, she runs away upstairs, and she's gonna make a medicine check, I guess.
Run.
So she failed. So there are a lot of splashing and a lot of confused, angry noises.
What do we think, gang? Do we want to take the magic mannequin with us? She was fairly capable in combat.
That's kind of what I'm worried about.
She knows a lot, to be fair, and I think the idea of kind of tapping into that knowledge on the go, just having that kind of database, traveling alongside us, as long as we kind of just keep her in check, make sure she doesn't tap into some dark energies or something, we'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm open to bringing her with us. She's not my favorite person, but on a practical level, I could see it being useful.
Yeah, I mean, just it's worth kind of noting that she did do that to 3, and I don't know how you feel about it, 3, but I feel like you should have the final verdict, if not the right to
I
veto.
don't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable in the party.
She would be helpful, but let's just keep an eye on her.
Are you sure? You can, if her being around is going to make this an unpleasant experience for you, you should just say that. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Okay.
What about you, Cabal?
Hate her, but sure, why not? One more target.
Yeah.
I think sensitive conversations should still stay between the 4 of us.
No,
I agree.
I'll just kind of keep making bath water for her to work on, and then we'll just
Yeah, we'll keep her busy. All right.
She comes back down the stairs with just a vial of just what appears to be water, and it's I didn't manage to get much poison in, but I got this.
Now we just need to find a place to sell it. And I could be the e-girl I always wanted to be.
E-frog.
Yeah.
This is a dark line in Marie's character.
Yeah.
Anyway, we have collectively as a group decided that if you want to come with us, that's fine. As long as you don't do any more of the whole attacking us thing.
Oh, thank you. I assure you, I won't ever again. I mean, how could I attack my new friends? Right, guys?
Immediately made this feel like a bad decision. I need to know that.
If we bully you too much, will you develop a conscience and a sense of resentment towards us?
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Same question to the cat. I am kidding. 3.
Okay.
I feel bad now. 3 has been through the ringer today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cabal doesn't know what Bree said, but Matt does, and I hate it.
So is that your business concluded in Faerin's Wizard Tower?
I think so.
I think so,
Yeah.
yeah.
You make your way back down the floors. She shows you a secret other path that kind of lets you not go back through the puzzle rooms and all that jazz. People let out an audible gasp as Faerin Gladeweaver walks past a mannequin of Faerin Gladeweaver. The attendant of the museum's eyes are just wide as hell.
We should
And,
buy her like a hat or something before we travel the continent.
oh, there's in the gift shop. There's these really nice wizard hats that I could have, like a full round pointy hat. I think it would obscure me very well.
I think the problem is we need a hat that makes you look less like you, rather than more like you.
You've got a point there. I see you're the thinker of the group. I think I'm picking up on the group dynamic very well here.
I
Deep
think
regret.
so too. If the only clothes they sell here are Faerin Gladeweaver clothes, that's we'll stop by in a town or something and sort that out in the future. I just hand her one of my scarves and be like, just start like tying it around her head like a headscarf, right? Okay, that'll do.
Yeah, I'll put kind of take my hat off. Just like my it is so small. It's so small.
Just kind of perches on top, and you see like in her eyes, she's kind of focusing now, actively trying to balance it right in the center, not moving her head too much as she stands.
Don't lose it.
I'll go find our carriage and horses.
Yeah, cool. That's all the time we've got for this week's episode. But before you go, I just want to thank you so much for watching. Make sure you leave us a like if you like what you just saw, and make sure you subscribe so you never miss out on any of the adventure.